Very seldom does a change of legislation come along that virtually affects every single one of our clients and potential clients. At the end of 2019, the SECURE Act was passed. The SECURE Act stands for Setting Every Community Up for Retirement Act. And there are a lot of provisions in that act that are very good. But there is one provision in that act that is really a huge detriment to not only current retirees, but really the next generation of retirees. And that provision is the elimination of the stretch IRA. And let me explain that a little bit. So the stretch IRA is a provision that was formally in the law prior to the end of 2019, where if a child inherited their parents' IRA, that IRA could then be distributed over that child's lifetime. So if a 45-year-old child inherited that IRA, it could easily last them 45 years, right? Maybe up to age 90. Under the SECURE Act, that stretch IRA provision is now eliminated, and that child that inherits the IRA, adult child, will have to use that money or take that money out of their IRA over a 10-year period of time. Why is that bad, right? Number one, I think a lot of studies will show that the next generation of retirees are currently probably the least prepared for retirement. Their average 401k balance is very low. They grew up at a time and worked at a time when it was easy to get credit, and saving in their earlier years was not encouraged as much as it is today. So those people really need those IRAs. Number two, they're probably going to inherit that IRA very likely at their peak earning years. So now, on top of their peak earning years where their tax rates are already high, they're going to be forced to take money out of their inherited IRAs when their tax rates are already high. So it's going to have a very negative tax implication. There's going to be a lot of strategies. Virtually every one of our clients is going to have to address this issue. We've already started to reach out to our clients to talk to them about it. If you have an advisor, you should be reaching out to them to talk to your advisor about it. If you don't, you should get an advisor to help you look at this, the change in this law. It does have huge ramifications. There's going to be a lot of strategies out there that are talked about as being the be-all, end-all solution. And we have looked at mathematically virtually all of them so far. And what I can say is there is no one single solution that is right for everybody. Your solution is going to depend on your particular circumstances. We have clients that have charitable intents. It might be the best idea for them to rename some of the beneficiaries of their IRAs to include their charities so that money can then grow tax-free. We have parents that have IRAs where they're in low tax rates now. So maybe converting some of that money to a Roth IRA makes sense. Bottom line is it's a really complicated issue. It brings forth a lot of complicated items into somebody's estate planning, and no answer can be reached without a lot of serious due diligence on how the law is going to impact that individual.